All right. What's going on, guys? My name's Chris Dietz, and we are here on the Staffing Podcast. I want to introduce a very, very, very special guest, Mr. Seve. Man, thank you so much, bro. You're from Nashville, so this is like super last minute. But, dude, I just want to say thank you again for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me, dude. Really,
you got it,
really
bro.
pumped to be here.
Of course, dude.
Last minute trip.
Yeah, dude. Literally 24 hours.
Yep.
Boom.
Max texted me yesterday at, I want to say 2 p.m. and was like, hey, let's go. And I was like, all right, screw it. Let's get it going. And sorry, 2 days ago, he texted me that. Then next day, hopped on a flight, woke up at 4 a.m. here, 24 hours, did some cool shit. Now we're headed back right after this. So
Good stuff, man. Glad we were able to squeeze it in.
yes, sir.
So what exactly do you do?
Good question. So payment processing. And now that's a simple answer. So I own Wave Payments, which is a sales organization for payment processing. Payment processing industry works a lot like the insurance industry, how, at the top you have the insurance company, and then you can have an insurance brokerage that works with that company. And then that brokerage's job is to connect customers with insurance, although the brokerage isn't the actual insurance itself. Same exact thing with payment processing. So you have the processor, and then you have a bunch of ISOs, whereas in insurance they call them IMOs.
What's an ISO?
ISO is an independent sales organization. So,
Which would be like what?
So yeah, it's basically what that is. It's a company that drives sales for the processor. We're almost like a referral agency, if you will, for the processor. It's a lot more involved than that, but we have agents out there closing people on payment processing, and when you close a deal, you get a percentage of every transaction in that business. So obviously I have that built up. It's all about residual income. So I built up my book of business to like $25K a month roughly in passive income.
Nice.
And then I launched an info offer around it, which is Payments Universities. We basically take people from not knowing anything about payment processing to knowing everything, how to sell it, how to build up that residual income as well. Beauty of that is that I actually, since I own the ISO, they can go through that training and then they can get really good residual splits by selling payment processing through Wave Payments. So it kind of works both ways there.
Interesting. And so when let's go back to your business that you're just having 25K a month residual on, like, are those like, because there's payment processors like WAP and Fanbasis, of course. Shout out Fanbasis. Fanbasis is the best. It's the best. I use Fanbasis. You use Fanbasis.
Yep.
You actually got me sold on Fanbasis, which I use. So you guys, you're a payment processing company and they're a payment processing company. So I'm just trying to understand like the two, like, are they like the things you see in gas stations or restaurants?
Good question.
What is it?
So mostly what I do is brick and mortar businesses. So actually giving them POS systems. And there are a lot of places out there that focus more on online. And yeah, you can sell for WAP, sell for Fanbasis. Like they each have their own like referral thing. But the beauty of doing it with brick and mortar businesses is you can make a lot of money actually selling the equipment itself. So we sell leases all the time
So you sell the actual device.
Yeah.
So like the device you see at like restaurants and stuff.
Yep. You can sell that, make thousands of dollars of profit right then and there.
How much are one of those devices?
It depends. For like a big one, it can be as much as like $2,000. And then but the beauty is, the name of the game is saving the business owner money, right? So if you're saving them $1,000 a month, you can say, hey, we're saving you $1,000 a month. You can pay upfront $2,000 right now and we'll give you the equipment, or we can put you on a monthly lease for the equipment, $200 a month for 48 months, for example. If you do that, the leasing company pays us $8,000 upfront in full immediately when we sign them up, and then we split that out with the profit. So $8,000 minus $2,000 for the equipment costs, $6,000 of profit right there. So you can make a lot of money.
And that's just for the device.
Yeah.
So just so we're on the same page, you're thinking of what I'm thinking, where it's literally like where you're at a restaurant, they say, here's your bill, and it's digital, and they have the amount, $36.
Yep.
You click pay,
Just
and then you...
Piece of hardware.
Just the actual device.
Yep.
So that device is $2,000.
So like a small one, like a handheld one that you're referencing, that's going to be like $200 to $500. But with that said, we can make the money selling the hardware, and then we get the monthly residual as well. So you can hit it on both sides and make a lot of money that way. Like there's a guy in my program who made 15 grand last month, just on the upfront money from selling the equipment.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then once they buy the equipment, then it's almost like they're already in to using you as the payment processing company.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Once they
like
once
a
they buy
second
it,
sale almost.
Yeah. So once they buy it, you bring it over to them, they start using it, and then you're getting a percentage of every transaction in that business.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, how like tapped in is this industry? Is this like a new thing that's going? Is this like a new thing, a new business, or is it something that's been for a while, but people just aren't tapping into?
Yeah, no, it's not new at all, and that's the beauty of it. Like a lot of people, when I talk to them about it, they think that you have to invent something new or you have to white label. So you don't have to do any of that. Like the devices are already out there. Basically, all you are is a reseller of those devices, right? And the same thing with, if you want to sell insurance, you don't have to like invent a new insurance company, right? You just go to an existing one and sell their products, right? So it's been around for a while. It's funny that there aren't many people that know about it. It's just not that tapped in as much as it should be, I think. And I'd say the real reason for that is there isn't a whole lot of support for new people in the industry. So yeah, they try and get in. They go to ISOs like other sales organizations and try and join. They typically get a bad split on their residual and no help at all. So there's a lot you have to learn to like what to look for. Like you have to know different pricing structures, interchange plus pricing, surcharge, cash discount. There's a lot you have to learn, and a lot of ISOs don't help people at all. So then they get out there and they try, and it's just too confusing. They don't know what to do, and then they have no support from their ISO. So a lot of people try it and fail for that reason, but and that's obviously what we're trying to change, is by focusing on the agent development in the beginning so that they're able to do it. So for that reason, though, there aren't a whole lot of people doing it. It's kind of like an if you know type of industry, and it has been that.
It's like underground space.
Yeah.
Because I buy stuff all the time. So we were just at a coffee shop. Mm-hmm. So like, is that device, do you sell that device? Like where you tap to pay, there's a little tip thing on the screen. Is that what you sell?
Yeah, literally like hardware. Yeah. Like, so Clover, we work with over 14 different POS systems. Clover, Valor, Ingenico, Pax, Deja Vu, like we have access to pretty much anything. We have like 5 or 6 different acquiring banks we work with. Mm-hmm. So 5 or 6 different channels we can put deals through, and different POS systems we have access to through each of them. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so what is the benefit of them going through you versus, I don't know, going online? Because like, let's say if you're starting a business, let's say if I own that coffee shop and I want a payment processor, I mean, what's the reason to go through you rather than just, going somebody else or just doing it myself online?
Yeah, so absolutely. Now, if they do it themselves online, they're going to be going through a different ISO, whether they know it or not. Like I get that question a lot. It seems like a lot of people tend to think we're injecting ourselves in the middle of something that wasn't there in the first place. No, if they go online and order it, they're going to be ordering it from an ISO. Right?
Now, do they get a worse deal or like the same deal?
Yeah, and so the name of the game, of course, is always saving the merchant money, right? So you're not pitching to only brand new businesses. You're going in there to existing businesses and taking a look at their statement and saying, okay, I know in order to get this deal and make it interesting enough for them to switch, I probably need to save them this much. And I know I want to make about this much. So then you just build a savings proposal based on that. And then, they sign up, you obviously start making your money. So it always comes back to savings. But with that said, there are like a million other ways you can add value. If I walk into a restaurant and see that they have like 10 different iPads cluttering up the counter for Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, I'm going to be like, hey, we can run this all through our system here. Like this won't be cluttering your counter.
And that's all internal.
Yeah.
For your business.
Yeah, like we can set that up on the new POS.
Because right now they're using their own system. Like their own system with the iPads and stuff.
Yeah, well, no, they'd be using a different company's system, right? They may be set up with Toast or Square, right? So we can just set it up better for them and things like that. And there are other ways to provide value. If I see they're still handwriting tickets and walking it back to the kitchen, I'm going to be like, hey, you don't have to do that anymore. It's 2024. Or no, it's 2025 now. There you go. Let's get you a handheld device that you can take to the table. You can put the order in there, and it's going to print in the kitchen. And so like that's one small aspect, and like there are a million ways to do that.
That's happening a lot now. Like there's really no other spots that do the old school way anymore.
Yeah. Places are shifting over because people like me are out there pitching them on it, right? And that's just one small aspect. But yeah, and also like businesses don't want to, you know, there are places like Toast and Square that don't work with resellers like me. You would have to go direct to them to get it, but business owners don't want to be one of a million clients of some big company, right? They want to have like a local guy that whenever they need help, they can just text them, right?
And your service can be done anywhere in the States, or is it anywhere in the world?
Anywhere in the U.S.
Nice. Got it.
Unless it's as long as it's a U.S. based business, we can do processing for them.
But it's mainly for brick and mortars, like shops, coffee shops.
For the most part, that's
like automotive store.
Yeah, for the most part, that's what we sell because you can make a lot more money on it for the fact that you can lease out the equipment, you can make a profit right then and there. But we also do online stuff, right? Like I'm an investor in Fan Basis. You know, I have a setup with them. I got you signed up on there. I've got.
Thank you for that, bro. Fan Base is freaking awesome.
Yeah,
I love Fan Basis.
Thank you for the referrals as well.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
I mean, so we can do online business as well. It's just like.
But why don't you use your own payment processing company instead of using Fan Basis?
So yeah,
that's just like I'm just trying to piece two things together. You get what I'm saying?
Good question. So I'm not the processor. Remember, we're an ISO. We're a sales organization. I sell other processors. I don't have my own processor. Right?
Interesting.
So you'd have to have like $1 trillion to become the processor. So I'm selling other processors, right? So I have deals in place.
You're like
with processors, yeah, such as Fan Basis, such as Fan Basis, First Data, like North. Like we have tons of different, like I said, acquiring banks we work with. So we're selling other people's stuff.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, good. Now let's say I have a automotive store for parts. Let's say I'm like an AutoZone, but I'm like a local AutoZone person. Cash flow, $150,000 a month, cash collected from my business. And I'm currently using, I don't know, another processor. And you call me up. Like why would I go through you?
Yeah, absolutely.
What would be the benefit of the transition?
Yeah, one, ultimately savings, right?
But what do you mean by savings?
So they're currently paying fees, right? We're not like adding on fees that weren't
How
there.
many
like,
fees?
It depends. So that's, first of all, I would ask you, why are you calling me? And it might be, hey, we're paying too much. Hey, our system goes down. Hey, you know, the guy who sold me this equipment in the first place, I don't trust him. He's a scumbag. He did XYZ thing. He's not helpful. Whatever. So I figured that out, right? 90% of the time, it's like, hey, we're paying too much.
What's the average fee? Standard before you come in?
I'd say like anywhere from 2 to 4%, right? And so we've never seen anyone that we can't save money for, right? Now, a couple ways we can go about saving money. So we can just look at their rates, we can lower them, and give them some savings there, or we can sell cash discount, which is what's taking over the industry. So what that looks like is you say, hey, you're paying 2.3%, that's coming out to $2,300 a month in fees. So why don't we just, instead of you paying the fees, why don't you just pass that on to the customer, the processing fees, have them pay that for you? That way we're going to save you $2,300 a month, right?
Now, could they do that with the current business that they're working with for the payment processor?
Yeah, theoretically they can. And now you never want just savings to be the only thing you're pitching, right? For that reason. So you have to be providing value on top of that. Like it's like, hey, and that comes with digging and finding their other pain points, right? If they, you ask them like, hey, how's the service? Like, do they treat you pretty well? Like, when you call them, are they instantly here? Do you have a local guy that comes in to help? Blah,
People
blah.
have a lot of problems with like payment processing stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. 100%.
Interesting.
Yeah, because look, we've seen
That's crazy.
We've seen people paying 10% on their processing fees, like
damn,
ridiculous stuff, and it's in large part a pretty unregulated industry. I know I keep talking about insurance here, but you have to be registered to be an insurance agent. You don't have to be registered to do this, so anybody can do it.
So I could just walk into John's tea shop and be like, "Yo, y'all are getting cracked on fees.
As long as
let me set you up with my boy Seve."
Yeah. As long as you have an agreement in place with an ISO, then you can do it. You know, there's no like registration process or anything like that. But
you're the ISO, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so as long as you have that relationship and like, we have a deal, hey, you get X% of the residual on your deals, whatever, yeah, you can go and do it. You don't have to get registered. There's like very little laws, surprisingly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You think laws are going to be coming in?
I don't think soon. I think maybe in the next 10 or so years. Like,
how could it be illegal?
Well, like, there's like a lot of ways that, you could screw a merchant over. Like, because when you're signing them up, you're getting their bank account, their birthday, their address, their social security number, like everything on them, because you have to do KYC, which is know your customer laws. Same thing when they open a bank account, you have to put them through. So any guy can just go in there and get that.
And you just...
Yeah.
Now, is there a contract that they have to sign that they have to be with you for X amount of years or months?
So that'd be up to you. Whatever ISO you go to, they might have guidelines on that. Now, we typically don't do contracts, but if we're leasing out the equipment, they can't get out of that, right? Because the leasing company's paying us in full. You're making 10 grand up front on a deal.
Yeah.
If they want to get out of that.
Have you ever had that happen?
Had people want to get out of it? No.
Like you give someone a machine and they're like, actually, I don't want this.
Yeah, actually, the only two deals I've ever lost, one went out of business, one I lost to competition. And the competition I lost it to was to SkyTab, which is a POS company. They're paying business owners $5,000 to switch. And you as the agent, if you make the sale, you make $2,500. So like everyone's wanting to sell it right now. It's hard to get access to, but we have it now. So now we're selling that.
So you could sell their service for $5,000. So you pay the merchant $5,000.
Yeah, not out of our pocket. SkyTab is paying the business owner $5,000 to switch.
And that's another ISO? Or is that the actual
SkyTab is owned by Shift4, which is a processor. SkyTab is like the POS company, if you will.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay, got it. So backtracking here on the fees. So the normal fees are 2 to 4% on the average person. You call them up, say, "Hey, bro, I'll save you money." Mm-hmm. Like, why is it not a no-brainer? Why? Like, how do you even get objections?
So yeah, you'd be surprised. I mean, it's more so like the headache objection more than anything. Like, especially if you're pitching restaurants, they depend on their POS system for absolutely everything. Right?
Yeah. Is that like your main? Like, who's your main client?
I work with a lot of restaurants, but I'm also in with like I have a lot of Egyptian clients. There's a huge Egyptian population in Nashville. They've been really good to me, referring their cousins, their cousins' cousins. They're super tight knit. So I have a lot of like liquor stores, smoke shops, vape stores as well for that reason. But
what about gas stations?
Gas stations, we can do it as long as they're privately owned. You can't go to like a Chevron branded gas station.
Well, if you did that, man, that'd be freaking crazy, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah. My partner Pete has closed $25 billion deals. So like, you can do that. It's just like, it's not door-to-door sales at that point.
Yeah, it's pure email.
Yeah, that's enterprise.
Yeah, that's corporate stuff.
Which you
so
don't.
Your guy closed $25 billion.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was
is it still in contract?
So he was head of business development at North American Bank Card, and his job was to like bring on new clients basically. So he closed an ISO that was going to place deals for North, and when he closed them, they do $25 billion in annual processing volume. So when he closed them, all of that volume they were going to shift over to North, all that $25 billion. So yeah,
damn, he's making X amount a month. He's basically set for life. Would you say that, or could it end at any time?
With that deal in particular, like that's a little bit of a different one. That's a pretty sticky deal, like moving over an entire ISO's processing volume. Like
it's a lot of locations, a lot of people.
Yeah. So like once they implement that, it's not like one of those things that goes away. But yeah, you're pretty well set at that point.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about residual is you also have equity value in the residual. If your ISO will give it to you, we obviously let
equity value as far as what? Equity in the company itself or equity in the contract?
So if your ISO, the sales organization you work with, lets you do it, which we do, a lot of places don't, you can actually sell the cash flow from your residual for a multiple. I've seen it go for, as high as like 40 times its monthly value. If you can get that multiplier, that's like, you got your stuff really dialed in. But theoretically, to stretch out that example, if you're making $10K a month from your book of residual, you could sell that cash flow for $400,000.
To who?
Banks, other processors, their online platforms use it. There are brokers for residual portfolios that you can get to connect you with buyers.
Why would they buy it?
Because long term, they're going to make more money than what they buy.
So if you're cash flowing, let's say $100,000 a month,
yeah, that's when you start to get into that's when you start to get into the 40x, actual 40x multiplier territory.
And then who takes the $100,000 a month company and sells it to were you saying the bank, private equity?
Yes, so you're not selling the company. You're selling the cash flow. Oh, like my accounts, for instance, right? We'll use 25K a month. I could go to you and say, hey, I want to like really build out a lot more infrastructure right now in my business. Let me sell my cash flow to you from my payment processing accounts. And, you know, you would come up with a number, whatever that may be. Let's say 30X monthly. In that case, you would give me $750,000.
Up front?
Yeah. Well, it depends on the deal, right? There are ways you can work it out.
Yeah. Let's just say it's up front. Make it easy.
Yeah. So you give me $750,000, and then that 25K a month no longer comes to me. It goes to you.
100% of it.
Yep.
Unless you work out a deal or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that $750K, I pay you one time, and then that cash flows mine until it basically goes away. Or
that 25K a month is yours. So, yeah, a lot of places.
Do you plan on doing that?
Eventually, I don't. Not for now. I'm not going to sell off like my entire book, but like it's a good thing to do to like sell off some of those like smaller headache accounts every now and then, so you never have to deal with them again.
That's crazy, bro. So that's the game.
Yeah,
that's the long-term game.
Yeah.
How big do you want to get your residual until you sell it?
It depends. Like I don't think about it like that. It's like when it becomes necessary and I could use the capital to use more capital to build out more infrastructure, I'll do it. But the whole reason I got into this was for that residual income, and I'd hate to just throw it away. You know what I mean? Even though
it's like purpose of working.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So, but if I could, kind of arbitrage something and sell it, and then get some things in place like where we're going to be able to build like a massive book, right? That'd be awesome. But that 25K a month, that's just my residual for my personal deals, right? That has nothing to do with like everything else my ISO is doing. So,
and how long would it take for somebody, a guy like me, to just be like, you know what? I want to start my payment processing business.
So it depends. Would you be going through my program, or would you just be going out and eating it and figuring out? Okay.
Let's say I buy your program.
Okay. So if you're going through our program, you can finish our like online training like a day. It's not that long, and that's not even the super valuable part of it. That just kind of gives you the foundational knowledge. But then you have one-on-one access to us forever. So you go into a business, you don't have to know everything. You can just get us on the phone and we will close the deal for you.
Interesting. And then what, do you take a percentage of that?
Yeah. So that's kind of the pitch on the whole thing, right? Is if you go through our training, you don't have to process with Wave Payments. You can process elsewhere and we'll still help you close deals and everything. Mm-hmm. But if you process with us, because you invested in the training, we can give you a better split than anywhere else can. And with us, you can get up to 50% on lease profits. You can make, outside of leases, upfront bonuses, you can make 25 upfront per deal. So, whereas a lot of places don't offer upfront bonuses at all. So
it's super, 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 super long-term game.
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting. So, when did you start?
Right out of college. Graduated in 2023.
How old are you?
I'm 25. I'm a little old because I got held back in fourth grade.
That's cool, bro. That's cool.
So yeah, just
good for you, bro.
Had a family friend in the business, kind of showed me a little bit about how it worked, and then I just went out there and I ate it.
Are you making more money than him?
No, he's worth like hundreds of millions of dollars, so not quite there yet.
Dang.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, it's a cool industry.
That's crazy. And when did he start?
Back in the day, back when payment processing was like wild, back like in the early 90s.
What were they doing? Cracking people for like 25%?
Well, it was just like lawless. Like they could do it. They could sell leases all day, and like they would. Crazy stuff was going on.
Yeah.
Because like card payments in general hadn't been a thing for that long at that point. Anyway, so it's like still a pretty young industry, and it still
is, dude. I mean, the credit card's only been around since like the 1990s, like you said. I think.
Yeah, I think like the 80s technically, but yeah. So yeah, no, he built a massive business, sold it. And he's run several other businesses, but yeah, my dad was golfing with him. He was like, "Hey, you need to get Sevy involved with this. Like they're 20-year-old guys making like 30, 40 grand a month completely passively." And I was like, damn. And so like, sure enough, did it, ate shit for 6 weeks straight because I didn't have like a ton of support at all. And yeah, then I sort of started figuring out my sales pitch and everything. But yeah, I went to 600 businesses and got told no every single time.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Couldn't even get a pitch off. It was just no, get the hell out.
That's crazy. Now, even at that time, could you save him money?
Yeah, I could. Again,
So like, what are the objections that you get from businesses? If you're the solution, then why are there objections? Like, what are the objections?
well, here's the thing. Like I was saying earlier, if you're just selling based on savings, like you're missing 90% of everything.
So like, what are the benefits of like going through you?
Everything we talked about earlier, right? Do you have a local guy? Hey, this isn't working very efficiently, because like they're not just using this to run card payments. Right?
What are they using it for?
If they're a restaurant, table management. They're having their employees they can have their employees clock in and clock out of it. They run payroll through it. There are a million things.
Oh, so it's more than just a payment processor.
Yeah, it's more than just like a little handheld reader, right? It's like a full system. But yeah, they depend a lot on that system to do a lot of different things. And if they're not currently using it, then you can pitch them on, the other usages of it that they currently don't have access to. And like with us, like I said, we have access over like 15, 16 different POS systems. So guarantee one of those 15, 16 is probably a better solution than what they currently have. And we're going to save them money, and they're going to have a local representative. Like, there are a million ways to stack value, but I didn't know how to do that in the beginning. I would just walk in there and say, hey, I can save you money. And they'd be like, get the hell out.
Yeah, they'd be like, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. See ya.
It was
Scammy.
Yeah, of course. Like, of course, so what? You can save me money.
They don't care about that.
Yeah, it was when I found like the other ways of adding value to them. Like, I mentioned a couple that's when you get them listening to you. That the savings, like, that's part of it, but that's not everything.
Interesting. So, hey, I'm a local guy. You're using it for your hourly employees, clocking in and out, managing your schedule, and I can also save you money. And so, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, word track I use all the time when I walk in somewhere is, hey, I noticed. So you look for a pain point, and you can see it in there, right? And say,
do you still do cold walk-ins?
No, I don't, because I'm busy managing the 150 agents we have in our program. So
damn, bro, 150 agents. Those 150 agents that you have, are they selling for you?
They're selling through my ISO, yeah.
And they get residual, and so do you get residual on their residual.
Yeah. So they could go wherever they go. They're not going to get 100% residual.
Of course.
Nowhere's going to do that. So if they went somewhere else, which they totally have the right to, it's non-exclusionary.
So you're getting a cut. There's like 3 cuts. It's the salesperson's cut, then your cut, and then the actual payment processing cut.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy,
so they give
bro.
us residual, split that with them. So yeah, like I said, if they went somewhere else, that other ISO would probably give them only 35%. Yeah, exactly. Most people just start with family, friends, people they know, and you can knock 10 accounts out right there, and then you're already at that $2,000 a month plus.
So as a salesperson, you're able to get paid not only up front, but you get paid up front and the residual for however long they're with you. That is crazy, bro.
But with us, yes. So a lot of places won't do lifetime residual. Like a lot of ISOs might only give them 35% for 12 months. So with us, it's like you're going to get it for the lifetime of the account. You actually own it. You can sell.
Are there other companies that are doing that?
That have that good of an offer? Yeah, there's some out there. Not 70% to brand new people in the industry, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that we offer that. So, but yeah, you just get paid from it every month, and you can use it for whatever. Like some people just want to do it and have it pay for their groceries every month. And then there are people like me and my partner Pete and Colby that are like, hell no, like we're gonna take this thing to the moon, right?
Interesting. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, I know you're good at sales. You're a stud, bro. You're a stud, bro. I would love to be on a sales call with you. It's crazy how we went from a sales call to here on the podcast. You know what I mean?
Yep, 100%.
So whenever I send you my my referrals, bro, I love the gifts and shit. Bro, I've never seen anybody else other than myself use gifts or like pictures to like follow up. You know what I mean?
Memes.
Yeah, the follow up memes. Yeah, bro, those are the best, dude.
You start using that?
Oh, hell yeah. Well, I've done those. Like I'm the guy that's sending them out, the gifts, the waiting kid. You know what I mean? Like sending the selfie video, the whole thing, right? So then when you were hitting me with that, I was like, bro, wow, dude, this is fucking awesome. Like it felt great.
Yeah, going through your sales process, I was like, damn. We stole a couple things. We started doing selfie videos day of. It helped our show rate quite a bit. No, it was solid. It was dialed.
It's badass. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. Well, if you need If you need any help, just let me know. Same thing with you, bro.
Of course.
Okay, good. So, okay, I got a ton of notes. So, good. So you have the ISO, which you're not the ISO. You are the ISO. You're ISO, and you have 120 people that are selling for you.
Roughly, yeah.
That's insane. Now, do you like support these people? Do you do calls with them? So that's crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you start this?
2023. For a
So
long time though.
You've been doing this. So you've been doing this for 2 years.
Yeah, for a long time though. For about a year, it was a one-man operation. Going out there,
just slinging, man.
Yeah, just pounding pavement.
What's one of the craziest sales cycles that you ever been a part of?
What? Let's define crazy here.
Like where you walk in and you're just like, what the hell?
So okay, I had a gun go off in a restaurant that I was in. I'd already closed the deal with him. So we were setting up the equipment for them. You don't have to do that. We offer to do it just to help us get the sale. Like, hey, I'll do it for you.
Right. Especially in startup mode, dude. You're just like, bro, I'll do anything, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So in the hood, right next to the projects.
Where's this at?
In Nashville.
In Nashville.
Yeah. I won't say the business name.
That's fine.
And we're in there. There's this dude just acting crazy, like nuts. And he's there with his girlfriend, acting weird with her, like slamming the table, like not yelling, but at least at the point that I walked in, and just being wild. And eventually, like as he starts getting out of hand, like flipping tables and shit, the owner pulls out a gun on him and says, "Sit down. The cops are on the way." Sure enough, he calms down. Like he's obviously mentally off, and whatever. I go back about.
Everywhere.
Yeah. I go back about my business, setting up the POS system, whatever.
Like,
I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, let's just get this and get out.
Was it like late at night or?
No, it was like 2 p.m. on a Saturday.
Jesus.
As I'm setting it up, like kind of in the corner of the restaurant, I just hear bang. I knew it was a gunshot. I know what a gunshot sounds like. I was like, shit. I looked right at that guy, like hoping that he wasn't about to shoot the place up or whatever, and realized it like came from the back of the restaurant. And like back in like in their like pantry or whatever, and he walks out. The owner was like, "Did you just have a negligent discharge?" He's like, "It's okay. The dude just like did like a desk pop like in the back accidentally. Like
he just popped his gun.
Yeah, just accidentally. I don't know if he was putting it down and just didn't keep his finger off the trigger,
Jeez, dude.
But yeah, just shot his gun right then and there. It was wild. So. Got it done. They're still processing with me to this day.
Shout out them.
Yep, that account I think I make like $700-800 a month on. So it's a solid account.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, it was sketchy for sure.
Hell yeah.
Definitely the craziest moment I've had selling payment processing.
That's crazy.
If you're a dog, you'll go to wherever to get a deal.
It's sort of like door to door, man. Like you just never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, I mean it is door to door. It's just B2B instead of residential. So yeah, you never know. And I've had deals that I've sat there for 3 hours to get a sale. I've had deals where I didn't even meet the person in person. I just called them and closed them in 3 minutes. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
So it can be wild.
That's crazy. And you no longer like do door to door stuff that much anymore.
Not personally, right? Because
right.
I'm managing, you know.
Because those 120 people, they're doing door to door and cold calls. Is that right?
Yeah. Because they are. I'm no longer like the sales agent anymore. I'm now the ISO, right? We built it out as an ISO, and then they are sales agents at that point. So I'm like upper management of the ISO or whatever, and then I have I have a VP of sales. I have my COO as well, and everyone hops in, and we're growing like crazy. So everyone will hop in to help close the deal whenever one of our guys has it. And that's what I always say is all you have to do is show up at that business, find an opportunity, and just get yourself there, and we'll take care of everything.
How many employees do you have, like, internally?
I want to say for Wave Payments,
sure,
5 right now.
Nice.
And we need more. We are actively hiring at the moment.
What are you hiring for?
So more
salespeople.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Like basically, what we're looking to do is really build out that middle management and have those like player coaches that are going to be able to teach people more and more on our group calls how to sell processing and answer questions, but also hop in there and close deals for them. Because that's the best way to learn. You just use our people. First couple of deals, you see it live. You see how they went about that, and you see it a couple times, and you don't need it anymore.
And what about Payments University? How many people you got?
So Payments University, It's all 1099. So yeah, I mean, there are probably 6 or 7 on the team there.
Badass, bro. So you're running 2 companies simultaneously.
Yep. And that's why it's brutal, because it's not just like the typical info product. It's like fulfillment is really like a beast for us, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not like, hey, you get 3 months one-on-one coaching. It's like, no. You invest and you have us for life, right? So we're constantly increasing the number of people we work with, increasing how many deals a month are going through, So yeah, it can be a nightmare for sure. I like wake up and blink and it's like 8 p.m. already.
Right.
So much is happening.
Yeah, I get that, bro. Especially for me being staffing, dude.
Yeah.
It's I'm starting to get the hang of it, and it's definitely like one of those businesses, like you said, where the delivery, it has to be there. It's not like you coach them and then they're done forever.
Yeah.
Like I got to staff them with a solid sales rep, make sure that sales rep performs, because if they don't perform, then I'll have to replace them anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like pure performance based. And now I'm hiring a bunch of recruiters to help me out, fulfill all of the clients that I have. Because I just ran into an issue recently where, bro, I like in, what was it, February, March, April. Yeah, March and April, I signed up a shit ton of clients. And I knew when I was signing these people up, I was like, I don't even know how I'm going to deliver on these guys, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, fuck it. I'm just going to keep selling. And I'm still in that. I'm like, dude, because my thing is like, bro, why? I would never, ever, ever turn down a client because of quote unquote delivery.
Yeah.
Bro, you're broke. Yeah. Like, dude, get your shit together, man.
Yeah, as long as you can make it work.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the point. Like, that's the part of being a business owner. Like, what's the fucking point of being a business if you're going to turn down clients, bro? You're not the shit. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I'm with you. And it's like, the only reason I can see to turn them down is like, okay, well, like, I don't have the infrastructure. It's like, well, good. You should close them.
Figure it out.
And force yourself to fix that problem.
Yeah.
And give yourself no other options, no other way out, right? And that's going to work a lot better and be better for your business long term, even though it might feel sketchy and uncomfortable, but you're going to make more money because you did it. That's for sure.
Exactly. That's the only way to grow a business, bro. Funds.
Yeah. It's not supposed to be comfortable.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Like, I agree with you 100%, man. I mean, when I transitioned out of my sales role to being a business owner, like, at first it was like, okay, like hype train, like you're like, ooh, raw business owner, right? Yeah. But now it's like I'm getting really, really into the mix, dude. And now I'm starting to really tap in and things are starting to click, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm going through something very similar right now where, I just get to hire. And it is scary, dude, because like,
it's tough.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm like, fuck, bro. Now you're just duplicating yourself.
Yep.
You got to take you and pour all of you into that employee, and you never know if that employee will leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I mean, you kind of do know. You can just tell basically by their face on the Zoom calls. You can just tell.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's tough, and you have to accept like they're not gonna be able to ever do it as well as you can, right?
Right.
I'm sure you deal with that a lot of the time, staffing closers for people on offers that the owner's been closing for. They're like, damn, it's going to be hard to find someone that can do this as well as I can. Like, of course, you're the owner.
Of course, bro. Yeah.
And you just have to accept it. There's really no way around it. But overall, net positive, because you're going to be in a better spot.
That's for sure, bro. So what's like the long-term play of your business?
Dude, I don't know. I'm not one of those people that are like, I have a 10-year plan. It's all written out. And I don't know. I'm just putting one foot in front of the other.
Do you have like any goals?
It's funny you ask that. More is my only goal.
How much?
Doesn't matter, because when I get it, the goal is still going to be more.
If you did, what would be your first target where you'd hit it and you'd be like, man, I hit this?
It's hard to tell, because there's so many different metrics I could use. Honestly, I guess I do have somewhat of a long-term plan here, right? The goal is to turn it into like what you call like a master ISO, which is like a huge ISO that works with tons of people nationwide, and even works with ISOs directly, really. So that's kind of the goal, is turn this into places like PaySafe, North American Bank Card, like these massive companies, worth billions, if not trillions of dollars. That's the goal. And do that through teaching people the industry and just scaling from there. Like North American Bank Card that I mentioned earlier, just started with a guy. Like there's an owner. He went out there, did door-to-door sales, and he just scaled it to this massive level. Like, you can do that if you have the right business model. And I think ours is very unique for payment processing.
Yours is so sick,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
I love this.
Which no one in the payment processing industry does that. They'll burn 10 to 20 grand a month on ZipRecruiter to bring agents that don't know anything about the industry, and then 10% of them will actually like maybe stay.
It's like life insurance or like solar. It's just like the turnover is just
exactly. Yeah. It's exactly like that, where, you know, we found out a way, instead of making that a money pit, making that a revenue item. Which
genius,
makes it more
dude.
scalable, and we can implement cooler stuff like having, you know, middle management to help close deals and things like that. We can provide more resources to them because, you know, we have the revenue to do it on that side of things. So it's unique for sure. But the goal is to just grow this until we can't anymore.
That's badass. You think you can get there?
100%. Yeah. With my team, dude. Yeah. 100%. I'm the least experienced person on my team, which is funny, right? Because I only have like 2 years payment processing experience. So
yeah.
My partner has 12 years experience. My VP of sales has like 20. So it's like, you know, like but I know enough about the high ticket space, and I know enough about payment processing so that I can marry the two. But am I an expert in either category? I'd say to an extent, yes. But am I the best of the best? No. But I know enough, and I have enough talent around us so that we can, you know, really, really get this thing cranking.
That's badass, bro. Mm-hmm. So we're about to wrap up here. What is your favorite quote?
Good, by Jocko Willink. So the whole premise of the quote is, when things get hard, tell yourself good. That, and actually my screensaver. So I'll point it towards the camera here. I gotta read it for you. If it's endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. So Stoics.
That's strong, bro. That's a strong ass cover right there.
Yep.
Damn. That's good, bro. And who's one person that you admire?
I'd have to say my dad. My dad's been in business for a while. You know, mentored me a lot along the way and been a huge, huge resource and help for me. So, you know, he's kind of always the first guy I call when I'm dealing with like you know, I hire this person. Should I fire this? Any kind of decision like that, sort of oversight thing. That's the guy I call. 100%.
That's badass, bro. Bro, I appreciate you so much, dude. Where can people find you?
Of course, paymentsuniversity.info. They can go there. They can find me on Instagram, Sevi_Ortel_SEVE ORTALE. But I appreciate you having me on, dude. It's been
bro.
awesome.
Of course, man. Thank you.